All right, hello YouTube. It is finally time. uh, it is finally time for my review of Creature Commandos episodes 1 and 2. My apologies that I was not able to do this. Like I originally meant to do this on Monday. Um, I meant to do this on Monday. However, something came up and I was not able to do it that day. Um, and then I was gonna do it. Um, I was gonna do it Tuesday, and then I wasn't able to do it Tuesday either. And then pretty much, stuff just kept coming up. Um, and I was not able. I was not able to do it then. But anyway, yes, I am finally here to give you my thoughts on the show. Um, so this show is not doing as well as people think it is. I'm going to, I'm going to put that out there right now. You might, a lot of people online are saying, "Oh yeah, it's getting great reviews and up. Look at the Rotten Tomato score." No, 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 no. The Rotten Tomato score doesn't mean shit. Okay, the Rotten Tomatoes aren't casual moviegoers. Okay, those are those are all people paid. You know, those are all people to paid. To give their review of you know to give their review. And and um and I actually I just found this out. I just found this out recently, actually. Rotten Tomatoes is actually owned by Warner Brothers. And and like I said, one of these days I will be doing a video talking about just how toxic they are, and just and just how just like how fucking disgusting they are. But that is for another time. um so they're so with that being said, of course they're going to give it a good review, because they own it. You know what I mean? Like like it's a biased review. It's like, of course they're going to give a high review to something, to something that they own. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, oh, and a word of warning. I am going to be diving into very, very heavy spoilers here, because there is just so much about this show that pissed me off. And no, I am not talking about, um, I'm not talking about in terms of the source material, and I'm not talking about the source material. I'm talking about the overall um, just tone of the show and the content, and literally just some of the fucking disgusting things that James Gunn got away with. And it just, it blows my mind that he was able to get away with some of this stuff. But yeah, so the show, um, the first episode starts out with Amanda Waller talking with Rick Flag Sr. Um, talking with Rick Flag Sr. Um, so apparently, James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie, this one right here, and this is one of the things that pissed me. This is one of the things that I will be addressing in this video, because this is ridiculous. Um, his Suicide Squad movie is now canon. Excuse me, sorry. Now, to remind people, this came out in 2021. Wait, was it 2021? Um, yeah, 2021. So, and I know I talked about this in my previous video that I did when I last talked about James Gunn. Um, you don't, this was obviously long before he became head of, um, DC Film Studios. And, and, and I said this before, you don't just, you don't just come on as, as the head of DC and then just decide to make, everything that you've ever done with the studio canon. Because because again, you're going to confuse the hell out of your audience. And that's exactly what's happening. People are everybody is confused. Everybody, is confused now about, like what's canon, what isn't, especially from and this is and this is the same this is the same piece of shit who said recently, I shit you not, he literally said this. He said canon doesn't matter. Okay? Now, I don't think I need to explain to anyone here why canon matters because, without canon, you don't have anything to work with. You know what I mean? Like, without canon, you wouldn't have any source material to work with. So, you know, so to say canon doesn't matter, it, I mean, it's bullshit. I mean, it's, it's like if you don't, it's like if you say, if you say canon doesn't matter, if you're saying, canon doesn't matter, then you shouldn't be doing it at all. Um, but yeah, anyway, so the episode opens with, um, first episode opens with Amanda Waller talking with Rick Flag Sr., um, basically telling, they do reference the death um, his son. Um, his son, Amanda Waller tells him, your son died a hero, which is obviously what happened in the Suicide Squad. And that is apparently why it is now canon. So the so apparently Congress is no longer allowing um, Congress is no longer allowing human um, humans to be um, basically the Suicide Squad is basically not allowed anymore under Congress. So uh, so Amanda Waller puts together the Creature Commandos, which are Rick Flag Sr. He's obviously the leader. The Bride of Frankenstein. Um, the Bride of Frankenstein. What the hell's the guy's name? Doctor. I want to say Phosphorus. Sorry, guys. 2 seconds. Let me look this up. Um, okay, yeah. So you have yeah, you have Dr. Phosphorus, Rick Flag Sr., as I said, but as I just said, he's the leader. GI Robot, the Bride, also known as the Bride of Frankenstein. Um, um, you have Nina, who is a um, you have Nina, who is like who is basically like a fish. Um, and then yeah, um, so these characters are all tasked to basically protect this princess. Um, and they go to their they go to the castle, um and they're basically all behaving, like animals that they've been locked up for a long time. Um, the animation is decent at best. I wasn't totally in love with the animation style. Um, but the thing that the thing that really pisses me off about this show, well, one of them anyway, is that this show is so creatively bankrupt. Like, you could literally put the characters from the Suicide Squad in this cartoon, and literally no one would be able to tell the difference. And it's such a James Gunn project. And of course he's going to try to spin it. He's of course, trying to spin this bullshit as, oh, well, I didn't direct any of the episodes, and up. Yeah, but it's like, but you still wrote it. You were still, I mean, this is your um work. This is your project. And and it in the show overall is fucking disgusting. Like, I don't remember the last time I saw a comic book property this disgusting and this creatively bankrupt. Like, for example, um again, word of warning, spoilers. um so you have the in the second episode, you have Rick Flag. This is this is just beyond disgusting. This is just, you have Rick Flag Sr. um and the princess, who's actually a minor. Um you have Rick Flag Sr. having fucking against the wall bathroom sex in the bathroom with literally with literally the with literally the rest of the Creature Commandos outside the door listening to it. This is the kind of stuff that James Gunn finds funny. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. That is not the DC brand. That is not, you know, that is not what DC is. In the second also in the second episode, you have Dr. Victor Frankenstein fucking the Bride of Frankenstein. So he's basically fucking a corpse. These are all things that go on inside Gunn's head. This is the kind of stuff he does, and it's disgusting. The fact that the fact that Warner Brothers Discovery you know the keys to the fact that they gave him the fact that they gave a narcissist the keys to the kingdom, just it completely blows my mind. It does. I just and remember, this was a bomb at the box office. Literally only James Gunn diehard fans liked this movie. I enjoyed it enough to you know enough to buy it, but excuse me, but I did not um but it was not one of my favorite um comic book movies. But but the fact that they gave the keys to the kingdom to this narcissist, it completely blows my mind. It's like it's I don't understand why I don't understand why you have to be a piece of shit you know to be able to be in charge of DC. It's just it's one of the it's apparently turned into like one of the job requirements now. It's like, oh, are you a piece of shit? Oh, okay, yeah, you can have the job. It's it's just it completely blows my mind, and I still can't I still can't believe it. um and I'm gonna pull up IGN's review of Creature Commandos, because I want to um because there's something that I want to address there. um I want to read you guys um I want to read you guys a section here from this review. Um, I shit you not. This is literally what this article says. Um, 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 yeah, here it is. So we have the only thing Creature Commandos doesn't always work. Um, the one thing about Creature Commandos that doesn't always work is the sense. Hang on, I just lost it. Okay, yeah. That doesn't always work is the sense of sexuality. It is an extremely horny show. The characters are eager to get it on with one another. Um, and they're seamlessly designed to fulfill the wildest fantasies um, of the revved up straight guys watching at home. I mean, seriously, what the fuck? This is not DC. This is not what the brand stands for. And these are, and like, again, remember, guys, this is all stuff that goes on in Gunn's head. That is how disgusting he is. And for those of you who don't and for those of you who don't who don't think that this man is a narcissist, you need to go get your head examined, because there is more than enough evidence out there to prove to back up what I'm saying. Go look at his profile. Go look at go look at, his social media posts. Go watch, Aaron Fisher's content, who is one of my go-tos for my research. When I make these types of videos, he will literally back up everything that I am saying. So, but yeah, I mean, I just, I really can't, this show, but yeah, no, this show is disgusting. This show is, and from what I understand, not, nobody is watching it. This show is not, um, again, people are obviously going to throw the, are obviously going to try to throw, like the critic scores or whatever in your face and say, oh, well, it got, like this website gave it a good review and this website gave it a good review. And that doesn't mean anything. Those are critics. Critics are not the general audience. Critics are not casual moviegoers. That's not, critics, critics don't matter. And this show overall as a whole is so repetitive, and it's so, um, it's, excuse me, sorry. It's so creatively bankrupt, as I said before. It's literally the Suicide Squad in animation form. You got, the only difference I would say is that this might be, this show is like James Gunn Unleashed, and it's disgusting. And the only difference is that this might be more violent than the Suicide Squad. But, and obviously, you've got the pedophile type humor in there, to go along with Gunn's narcissism. But it's just, it's disgusting. It's, I can't believe that, I can't believe that this is, that this is how they're kicking off the DCU, because it's disgusting. Now, a lot of people are obviously going to say, oh, well, it's all about Superman. Wait till Superman comes out. Up. Yeah, no. Superman, I'm calling it now. Superman is going to be the final nail in the coffin for James Gunn. I'm telling you, anyone here who is watching this right now who hasn't seen any of my Superman content, go watch it and then tell me that movie's going to be good. Because I can tell you right now, it's not. It's not. The costume looks absolutely atrocious. And, and from what I understand, James Gunn is using practical, effects. So meaning, he doesn't want to use a ton of CGI. So remember when, if you're watching this and if you have seen my Superman content, I did you will remember that I did a video talking about, how bad, like how bad the costume looked. And specifically, just like how baggy it was, and just in the creases all over the costume. Now, a lot of people are obviously going to say, oh, well, they're going to fix it in editing and, and all that other stuff. You don't know that. You don't know that. This this could very well be how the costume ends up looking in the movie. I don't think people, you know, I don't think people understand how much time it takes to fix stuff like that. And this movie, and Superman, you know, Superman is 7 months away from release. It comes out in January of next year. So, so to tell me, oh, it's gonna, they're gonna fix it, nah, bah, 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 you have nothing to back that up. Nothing. So, and I just, it's still, I just, it completely blows my mind that they gave, the keys to the kingdom to, that they gave, the keys to the kingdom to someone who's just, who's such a narcissist, because it's disgusting. And and James Gunn, he, it's like everything has to be a joke to him. Everything has to be, a joke and like fucking, like potty humor, which, which I which I will admit, I which I which I will admit I do find funny, but it depends on who's doing it, if that makes any sense. Like for example, like for example, like early, like very early Family Guy, like that stuff's hilarious. And Seth MacFarlane, from what I, you know, and Seth MacFarlane, from what I understand, is a nice guy. So, so the fact, the fact that James Gunn is such a piece of shit, and the fact that this is the kind of stuff that he finds funny, turns me off completely, because the guy is such a narcissist. If that makes any sense, I hope it does. So, and another thing, like, that is not, that is not what DC stands for. They, that is not what DC is all about. And that's another, and that's another turn off. Um, and that's another reason why, I'm so turned off by it, is because, he, this is, this is, this is the kind of stuff that, that he likes to put in, in his, writing. And it's just, and it's just, it's disgusting. That is not what DC is. That is not what the brand stands for. You have, and another thing that I want to bring up is, um another thing that I want to bring up is, it is another reason why, um another reason why, James Gunn just pisses me off so much as a whole, is he has a massive ego. Like, in the second, like, if you look at the way Rick Flag Sr. and the princess are drawn, they look exactly like James Gunn and his wife Jennifer Holland. That is so egotistical and selfish, and and he just, he fucking does it with everything that he does. It's like whenever he does a project, right off the bat, he's going to put himself in it in some way, and he's going to put his wife in it. And obviously he's going to find his way. He's going to find a way to he's going to find a way to stick his brother in there as well, because that's what he does. But it's and in the way that he talks in interviews, when he's talking about like upcoming projects, he always says I. He never says we. He never says he never talks like there's anybody else involved, or or there's he never talks like like there's anybody else involved, or there's other people making the decisions, because I know I said this in another video. However, I'm going to bring it up again because I feel it's important. The decisions are supposed to be supposed to be made by 5 people: James Gunn, Peter Safran, David Zaslav, Mike DeLuca, and Pam Abdi. Those 5 people together are supposed to be making the decisions. And there is not a single trace of that in the way that James Gunn is doing things. Because it's like I say in every single in every single Superman video or James Gunn video that I do. James Gunn is all about James Gunn. That is all he cares about. It's all about what James Gunn wants and nothing else. So and I know I'm not, I'm just, I know I'm not the only one who's sick of Gunn, because everybody is. Uh, I I know I'm not the only one, but I'm definitely one of the most I'm definitely one of the people who's most vocal about it, because I really want I really want people to see just how disgusting he really is. And the fact that he has the fact that he even still has a career just completely blows my mind. But yeah, no, this show is, I guarantee you it's going to be canceled after I guarantee you it's going to be a one and done, because nobody is watching it. It is not doing well at all, viewership wise. And I really do strongly believe that Superman is going to be the final nail in the coffin for James Gunn, because everything that I've seen, everything that I've heard, nothing nothing that I've seen and or heard about about the movie screams to me that that it's going to be good. I mean, if you look at if you look at how Crypto looks, I believe I showed you guys a picture of Crypto in one of the videos that I did. Excuse me, sorry. If you look at that, literally looks nothing like Crypto. Crypto Crypto usually in whenever you see pictures of him in, like the comics, or, or even, some of the DC, animated projects that have been, yeah, that he's been in. He basically looks like a yellow lab. He basically looks like a yellow lab, and or he's kind of, he looks somewhere in between like a yellow lab and a golden retriever, except obviously, he's white. But and that, in the picture that, that dropped, um, the picture that dropped, with him and Superman, sitting down, that looks nothing like Crypto. Literally. I mean, James Gunn is not taking this seriously at all. And I can, I know I complained about this already, but the, I there there are so many fucking characters in this movie. You've got Metamorpho in there, you've got Hawk Girl, you've got Guy Gardner, you've got Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, you've got Mr. Terrific, um you've got um you've got Rick Flag Sr., you've got Ultraman, you know you've got all these fucking characters in here, so much so to the point where it doesn't even look like it's going to be about Superman anymore. Like, like by the time this movie comes out, it'll have been 13 years since Man of Steel. And and it'll have been 13 years since Man of Steel. And and it's like, it completely blows my mind. It's like, really, this is what you do for for a character that we haven't seen in 13 years on the big screen. I mean, it just, I I just, again, it just, it blows my mind that they would. And normally they wouldn't give, um normally they wouldn't give the keys to the keys to the kingdom to, to someone, um to somebody, who already did, a movie, from that same property, and and that movie ended up bombing. I mean, but Warner Brothers, have been digging their own grave now for years, and it really looks like, in fact, I just saw a report, um a couple days ago, in fact, and it looks like that Comcast is, it looks like they're looking to merge with Comcast. And from what I understand, Comcast owns Universal, so um, it looks like DC might be, it looks like the DC might be going to Universal. Again, that's just a guess. I don't have anything to back that up, but um, at least, at least I don't have anything to back it up at the moment. But um, but this just, I but well, but yeah, I mean, I definitely cannot recommend Creature Commandos. It's disgusting. It's, it's just, it's disgusting, and it's such a James Gunn, thing to do. And it's, and and like as somebody, like as somebody who is just, and as someone who is just literally at the end of their rope with James Gunn, and in the way that he does things. um it's I all I can say is, all I can say right now is I can't wait for Superman to fail. I really can't, because he'll be gone when that fails, and then um hopefully somebody else, most probably Comcast or Universal will buy DC, and then hopefully we'll get, a change in leadership, and hopefully and hopefully a change in, a change in the brand, and like you know hopefully we'll get someone, who will give these characters, the love and the respect that they deserve, because James Gunn definitely does not give a single shit about these characters, or the source material for that matter. And it's written, all over the way, it's written, all over the way that, he does things. Um, but yeah, no. This show is, I just, don't waste your time. Um, don't waste your time, and yeah, so let me know what you guys think. Let me know, what your thoughts are. Like, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.